is an honor to be up here in front of you all here at OSCON this week. And I bet you are wondering why Google is calling all doc stars. Well, the answer is really simple, is that we have so many rock stars making amazing software that's being used all around the world. And let's face it, we like when people use our software. It's a great way to scale how we help others, and it feels pretty good when people use our stuff. So the question is, how do we get more people to use our open source software? And the answer is documentation. So there's been different surveys last year. This is one from DigitalOcean that shows that documentation is the #1 driver for adoption. And it makes sense, right? It's what guides us to understand how to use the software, and it also helps make our projects much more accessible. And of course, to have documentation, you need doc stars. But the problem is our projects don't have enough doc stars. And in the survey, it showed that 4% of the participants are not or only 4% are contributing to documentation. And so that's a problem that affects Google and all of us. And so Google wanted to address this to help our 2,500 active projects as well as the industry. So the team in Open Source Strategy conducted some research, and we found that there are 3 main blockers for people to contribute to documentation, and that's time, support, and reward. So you see, a contributor only has so much time. They're going to choose a path that's easy and valued. And so they're going to go with code because it's a supported process. It's documented, they know how to do this, and it's valued with reward and recognition programs. So we look at this research and we offer these pro tips that we want to start using at Google, and we hope you will too in your projects. And the first pro tip is to target your first-time contributors. Do you remember the first time you contributed code? Might have been a little scary. Well, you can make it a little bit easier, more accessible by offering a path to contribute to documentation. But if you do that, it's really important that you provide them a clear process. Make it easy. You need to document how to contribute to documentation. It's a little meta, but it's really important. And you have to, you can't assume that people know how to write good documentation. So provide them templates and take out the mystery. And lastly, it's important that you make them feel valued too. We all need doc stars, and they should be part of the release notes and all of our different recognition programs that we do within our projects. So Google hopes these pro tips will help us go from 4% of people contributing to documentation to 10 and 20%. But we know that this is something we need to address a little bit more aggressively to start moving the needle. So Google has put its money where its mouth is, and we have launched a new program called Season of Docs. And it's very similar to our Summer of Code, but with Season of Docs, we are paying tech writers to work on documentation for various projects. And I'm proud to announce that we are working with these 50 projects this year, and we are actually in the process of assigning tech writers to them. And we're going to learn a lot through this new program and the process that we're creating with the projects that are participating. And we are excited to incorporate that learning and also share it out to the rest of the open source industry so we can all address this together. So in the meantime, I encourage you to come to our booth. We can tell you more about Season of Docs, documentation best practices, and all of our programs and projects. So I hope to see you there. And also remember to thank a doc star, because we need them. Thank you.